Hi, friends. Okay, I came on early because we're trying something new today. And whenever we try something new, well, it's new. So here's what I've done. Through StreamYard, they have this new thing where you can broadcast both in a horizontal and a vertical format. Okay. So when you came on YouTube, you might have seen two choices. Now, if you see me in a horizontal format, I'm going to say you're in the right place. If you see me in a vertical format, why don't you jump off that one and go to the other one? That's where most of the comments are. That's going to be confusing, I can tell. Okay. So, because on my little list off to the side, my little comments off the side, I get a little sign when you're in the vertical. Like I see Mary Howard looks like it's in the vertical format, Connie Peterson, Deb Ropel, but we have Jennifer Fowler, Gemma. We have other people in the horizontal one. That is a little confusing, isn't it? My thought is that when Live at the Loom is done, I like to squish everything and take out little bites for shorts, for like short little nuggets that I could reshare. And the vertical format is going to be easier for that. However, if it's really confusing for you guys, then we will scrap that idea. But we're trying it for today. So, oh yeah, Mary. Okay. Mary Howard is in the right place now. Deb Ropel, do you know how to find the other one? If you exit the one that you're in, there should be a different Live at the Loom that says 20 years. Go into that one, my friend. Mary's like, don't like it. Too confusing. Okay, friend, I hear you. Okay, all right, we tried it. See, thank you for bearing with me as we try things. Because we have most of our crowd is in the the horizontal one. Ooh, that'll be confusing, won't it? Okay, so I'm here early, friends. What should we do for the next 5 minutes? Yeah. Hi, Ruth. Okay, I'll just keep explaining. Maybe Ruth, if you see very few people there, go. Okay. Oh, see, I didn't think this through. Okay, so if you only see a few comments, exit that one. There should be two versions on the YouTube. Go to the other one if you only see a few. Do you know what? Here, I'm going to make a banner so I can have it up for us. How's that? Hey, let me get smart about it. Because we have lots of comments coming in. So if you only see a few, let's see, how do I want to say that? Exit this universe of Live at the Loom and go into the next one. Enter. Spelling is hard. Version. That may not make a lick of sense. You guys tell me if that's helpful at all. Does that, if you only see a few comments, exit Live at the Loom, enter the other version. Does that seem weird? Okay, let's see. Oh, Ruth is in the right place now. Okay, got it. Okay, excellent. Yeah, okay, Deb's in the right place. Okay. All right, Connie. Okay, Connie, exit this version. Like, go out of this one. There should be two options for Live at the Loom. Go in the other one. Okay, see? Okay, Christy Lofton said she only had one version. Okay, all right. Thank you for playing along with me as I try things. Okay. Who else do we need to? Not many. Oh, Mary Howard. Lots of comments, but not many thumbs up. I love it. Y'all are the best. Okay. All right. Okay. Carol, it looks like you're on the wrong spot, darling. Thank you for popping in. Go to the other one. Exit this Live at the Loom and go to the other Live at the Loom. We have two of them. I know, right? If I'm like this, like vertical, go to the other one. Yeah. But by the way, P.S. Carol is locking in the color preferences for the tartan after Live at the Loom today. Thank you. Thank you, darling. Okay. She's like, what the heck? What's with the tiny screen? Uh-huh. Okay. It's 9 28. We haven't officially started, friends. We have like time ahead of time. What should we talk about? We got 2 minutes before this officially starts. Okay. If I'll watch the screen and see if anyone else goes in the wrong door. That's really what it's like, right? If you pick the wrong door. Because instead of having one door for Live with Loom, we have two today. That's confusing. That's confusing. I'll have to maybe I can change the thumbnails or something if we try to get. I don't know. May not be worth it, friends. Well, yeah. Okay. All right. Okay, we still have 2 minutes. What do you want to talk about? By the way, okay, let's talk about the tartan for a second. Okay. So for anyone who is grab your teas, Lori. Yes, yeah. For anyone who is part of the Acting Creative Community Facebook group, apparently Carol came up with an idea to do a tartan for Chris's Warped Weavers. That's is that fair? Is that a good summation of the tartan idea? Which is I'm just delighted and thrilled. It's such a cool idea. Here she says, yeah, we can grab our teas. Absolutely grab your teas. Carol says the threads for the tartans arrived today and they're gorgeous. Okay, good. Yay. Mary Howard says I always choose the wrong door. I don't win the prizes. Ooh, yes. Okay, Connie's in the right place now. Okay, excellent. All right, we'll keep an eye out for folks, and we'll try to get him to go in the other door. That's probably the better way to say it. Go in the other door. I know you're tempted, but everyone's at the other door. Okay, friends, it is now 9:30. How about we officially get this party started, shall we? Let's do it. I have my little official clapperboard right here for us. Hello, friends. Dun, da, da, da. Welcome to Live at the Loom. Take one, the only take. Hello. I am going to keep an eye on the comments because we have technical weirdness today, which, it happens. We have technical weirdness on occasion. I'm going to take this one down. I'm going to put this one up. Look at this guy, 20 years. Today, friends, we are going to celebrate the fact that I've been weaving for 20 years. That's a very, very long time. Really, really long. And we'll take a little trip down memory lane here today at some point. But just in case we haven't met yet, my name is Chris Acton with Acting Creative, and this is Live at the Loom. Live at the Loom. Every week we gather, well, almost every week. Every week we gather on Thursdays to say hi to our friends from all over the world and talk about weaving and life and whatever else comes up. That is the plan. So before we get too far, please give everyone a huge hello and thank you to Lori, our gatekeeper, who is just trying to help me stay on track. It's a losing battle. Poor girl. She's just like, Chris, just stay on target, would you? I'm like, I don't know. I'm over here somewhere. It's yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Lori says, I started weaving at age 5. Yeah. Yeah, sure. Yeah, that's what we'll go with. It's very good moisturizer. I don't know. It's yes. So let me say some hellos. I think everyone's in the right room now. I think we got it. If you guys, if you come in and there's like no comments and I look all vertical and weird, then go in the other door. That's the all right, friends, let me say hello. Jennifer Fowler was first this morning at 8:34. Friends, that is 56 minutes before we start. That is remarkable. Jennifer Fowler, you win the prize. And Brittany came on like just a few minutes later. She's like, oh, Jennifer was first. Which is, that tickles me to no end that's a thing now. Brittany was saying she had a bad chemo day, but wanted to say congrats. Thank you, darling. I hope you feel better for sure. Anne is in the house. Ernie DeVries is here. Ernie had snow this morning in Flagstaff. Love that. Hello, Donna Cunningham. Shirley Bewley is here. Woohoo! Gemma is on. She says she's saying hi from the train, which we love that. We love thinking that in Switzerland, we're on a train with Gemma right there. I love that. What world do we live in that we can be on a train with Gemma? That's amazing. That's incredible. Mary Howard is here. Connie Peterson is here. Woohoo! She said she just woke up from a nap. Thank goodness. I have an alarm on my phone. Thank goodness for alarms. That is for sure. Hello, Deb Ropel. Hello. Let's see. Christy Lofton is here. Lorraine is here. Hi, Lorraine. And Ruth. And who else? Hello. She says, Lorraine's first time live. I hope I'm formatted okay. Lorraine, you look great, darling. That's if you can see all the comments, I think you're doing just fine. Hello. Ellen Grenier Bevel is here. She said from a gray day in Chicagoland. Yes. I love that you brought that up, Ellen. We were out and about yesterday, and let's just say that if you've never lived in the Midwest, you don't really understand what these November days are like. It's gray, but it doesn't rain, or it might mist. And it's like the clouds are about 6 inches over your head and pushing down. That's what it feels like on these kind of November days. Who's with me? Is that a fair assessment? We get gray days like no one else. It is crazy here. You have to be made of stern stuff. You need lots of vitamin D. That's what it is. A little sun lamp, something, whatever helps you. That's yes. Mm-hmm. Liz says, good morning, misty, rainy morning in the UP. Just gave a thumbs up because when Mary talks, I listen. Yes, when Mary talks, we all listen. That I think that is fair. Mm-hmm. Hello, Tina Harper. Oh, let's see who else is on to join us. Sherry Jansen is here. Hello, Sherry. Ooh, Heidi's on. Hello, Heidi. Love that. Donna had a good question. She said, Carol, where do you use wool for your tartans? And if so, where do you get your yarn? Great question. I love that. I'm sure she will jump in. And yep, she says right here. She says, I do. And Canada. This one is pearl cotton mercerized. Oh, as the lead time for wool and import is insane. Oh, I believe that. Hello, Sam is on. Woohoo! Jennifer says it's a race to be first now. Well, don't get crazy, folks. This is a sweet question. Shirley asked, how many projects do you think you have done in the 20 years? Oh, Shirley, that's a good question. Let's say I average between the two looms. Let's say I average 10 projects a year. When I was really doing art fairs and markets, I was cranking. So I know I did more during that kind of era, of my life. I have an era when I was doing markets and art fairs. I would say 250 to 300 is not outrageous. Does that seem crazy? I have no idea how to guess that. Mm-hmm. Oh, let's see. Yeah, Ellen was like, yeah, on the money. The gray days are, because it's the whole day. I remember when we first moved to South Carolina, I was in 8th grade. And that first year that I was there, it was like middle of winter. I was like, why am I so freaking happy? It was because the sun would come out. In the Midwest, you would have 2 weeks where you do not see the sun. And in South Carolina, pretty much every day, there'd be some sunshine. I was like, oh my God, I feel so much better. Amazing. So wherever you live, appreciate that. Mm-hmm. Ruth says it's gray and raining, and my kids played for a solid hour before the thunder started. Oh, yeah. Oh, like outside? Is that what you mean, Ruth? Yeah. Carol says the word you're looking for a Midwest winter is friggin' depressing. It's do you know what? But I like to hibernate these days. I like the hibernation, so I don't mind it as much. That's true. Carol says 50-yard visibility, freezing fog this morning. Freezing fog. It made the chores magical. Oh, I believe it. Lorraine says very gray in Ottawa, Canada. Yeah, I believe that too. Okay, Mary says, big day today. Salting the pre-Thanksgiving turkey. Then it goes in the fridge for 2 days. Then in the oven on Saturday, preparing for Thanksgiving turkey sandwiches. I love it. Oh, let's talk Thanksgiving. Woo-hoo. Thanksgiving is just, I love it. Mm-hmm. Connie. She says only 2 looms? Yes, Connie, I have made it 20 years and I only have 2 looms. Two, well, let's see. I mean, technically I have a tapestry loom, but that does that count? Does that count? Maybe? Maybe? Yeah, only 2 looms. I know. Mostly it's been a space problem. I haven't had the space. That's all right. Do you know what? The way that I work, I've never, it really hasn't occurred to me like, oh, I could do so much more if I had another loom. That's never come up. Not really. I tend to be I'm going to focus on this thing and get it done. And then I'm move on to something else. I don't need the whole jumping around from loom to loom. I don't need that as much. Connie's like, I don't understand the words coming out of your mouth. Oh, Maureen popped in. Hello, Maureen. How the heck are you? Okay. So, let's see what else is happening in the comments. You guys tell me how your week has been. How are things? What projects are you working on? What fill me in. What is happening on your side of the screen? I'm catching up right now. I'm catching up. Oh, Maureen. Okay. Here, I'm going to put this back up. Maureen, you're in the wrong spot, darling. There was 2 versions of Live at the Loom. Exit this one and go to the other one. Because there'll be no comments there, darling. So come over and join us in the other, pick the other door. Select the other door, Maureen. Come over and yes, hopefully, Maureen, let us know if that makes sense. Come on over and hello, Sue Ann Sullivan. Woohoo! She says, Claudia 44. Nice day to get some weaving done. Amen, sister. Amen. Yeah. What did you say? Please talk about your stash over the past 20 years. My stash. Ooh. Oh, that's an interesting question, Lori. My stash. Well, at first, you know how it goes. You just have a couple things because you've purchased yarn for projects. And I didn't come into it as a knitter crocheter. So I didn't have this whole like tubs of yarn. But then I discovered A4 cotton. I did a placemat project that called for A4 cotton. I was like, this is my favorite. I love this. It's so many colors. It wasn't very expensive, easy to work with, nice and chunky. You know how I don't love it when it's like 32 ends per inch. I don't love those. So then I started to kind of add on my 8/4 stash. And then once I got into my local Weavers Guild, they would have holiday sales where people would just bring like Rubbermaid tubs of yarn and they'd be like $5. I'd be like, sold. So then I really started to beef up things, I would say. Yeah, that's an interesting question though. Connie says she remembers a year in Minneapolis where we had an entire month without sun. Yeah, yes. Yeah. Okay, Liz asked, was your shack floor loom your first loom? Did you buy new? My shack floor loom was the first loom. That is a very good question. I did not buy it new. The woman that I took my first weaving class with, and I worked with her for, I would guess, at least 3 years, probably 4 to 5 years off and on. And when I started to get really serious about it, this loom came into her kind of I think basically people would sell her things or give her looms. And when this came in, she's like, it's in great condition. It's a perfect loom for you. I was like, I'll take it. So yes, my first loom was the floor loom. I didn't get the table loom until a few years afterwards. So for a while, friends, I only had one loom. One loom. Oh, this is a nice sentiment, Shirley. This says, they don't last all year. I love gray days. Tea, knit, weave, and bake. Yes. With the exception of the knit, that is all me. I love it. Christy Lofton actually has a little rain here in the desert this morning. Wow, what a day we are having. Connie said, I only had one loom for 10 years, and then 2 for 5, and then 3. And there we go. I like it. And then they multiply like bunnies. Yeah. Yes. Okay, friends, we should talk about this. We should talk about, Connie mentioned Thanksgiving earlier. And by the way, next week, friends, I won't be here because it's Thanksgiving. And I like to talk about Thanksgiving coming up because, you know, it's like the meal, right? I love Thanksgiving dinner. We make food for Thanksgiving that we don't make any other time of the year. And last year, I think, was it last year, Lori? Was that right? We were talking about the year before. We were talking about if you're a dark or white meat person when it comes to turkey. And I was saying that I am unabashedly a dark meat person, and I will fight you for a drumstick. That is that is I I will throw some elbows if you get in the way of me having a drumstick. I know there's only two typically, unless you made extra. If you have a lot of dark meat lovers in the family, we don't. We have a lot of white meat people in the family, and so I typically it's not a problem for me to get a drumstick. But yeah, that is yes. I'm not ashamed, folks. I love me a turkey leg. Just it was funny. Okay, I'm glad we're talking about this. So, we had Thanksgiving on Saturday, technically last Saturday, because my rule in the house is that before the folks go to Florida, we have to have Thanksgiving in the house. I don't care what day it is. I don't care when it is. I don't care who comes, but we have to have Thanksgiving in the house before they go to Florida. So we had Thanksgiving last Saturday, and Dad typically likes a dark meat, a leg, but we had like 11 people here. So he's like, well, if someone else wants the leg, whatever. And I was like, screw that. I want a leg. So I am sitting at my place at the table, and there's a family friend sitting next to me, and I'm at least trying to be, like proper, kind of. And I got my fork and knife, and I'm working on my leg. And Doug leans over. He's like, just pick it up. I was like, okay. I'm just gonna gnaw on it. I just don't mind me. Don't mind me. I'm gonna enjoy my turkey leg with the passion of Thousand Sun, because come on. It's dark meat. It's the best. I know my white meat friends will be like, no, I like white meat. And I am happy that you like white meat, because then I don't have to push you out of the way for the leg. That's yeah. Just kind of spitballing here, friends. Let me know do I have any other dark meat people in the crowd? Who else? Who else is with me? Mm-hmm. Oh, Maureen made her way over here. Good. Yeah. Who? No. Is there no other dark meat people in the crowd? Let's see. Oh, Gemma. See, Gemma's like, don't like the white meat. It's too dry. Hmm. Mary Howard's making turkey thighs for dinner. Yes. Uh-huh. Carol says, imagining genetically engineered 8-legged turkeys. I am here for it, Carol. Bring it. Yes. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Shirley says, as long as there are leftovers for sandwiches with cranberry sauce, I'm not picky what color the turkey is. Shirley, I love that that's your answer. I love that you're like, does it matter? Sweet girl. Yes, it matters. Yes. Oh, Shirley. I always want to have Thanksgiving with Shirley. Wouldn't that be? See? Yeah. Yes, I went Fred Flintstone. Mm-hmm. Yeah. I was like, yeah. Oh, Mary's another one. Yep, white or dark meat, just turkey. Oh, friends. Thank you, Ruth. Dark meat. And I make turkey at least 6 times a year. We make turkey. Yeah. My dad is brilliant he does a little like steam in the oven ahead of time and then do it on the grill. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Jennifer Fowler, white meat. Okay. All right. Well, that means we can eat together then, Jennifer. We don't have to fight for it. Oh, Sue Ann, dark meat all day. Sometimes we even make duck instead of turkey for that reason. Ooh, isn't duck like all dark meat? Yeah. Oh, Maureen says she's a dark meat person but prefers stuffing. Yeah. Yes. I probably do, Ernie. Ernie says I need to go to Renaissance Festival for turkey legs. I have been to them, yes. Okay. Well, thank you for bearing with me as I did a little detour into Thanksgiving discussion. By the way, since we're not here for Thanksgiving discussion, next week, tell me what you do with your dressing. Because I will tell you, friends, the best kind is apple and sausage. That is yes. Clearly, I have very strong feelings about Thanksgiving meals. Clearly, this is what's becoming apparent, friends, is that not only do I love Thanksgiving, I have very, very firm ideas about how it's supposed to be done. Yes, Dad does a sausage, like a Italian sausage with apple dressing that is you can't beat it. It's so good. Ruth is all for oyster dressing. I've had oyster dressing. It's pretty good. It's pretty good. Yeah, Jennifer Fowler. She and I can eat together. Apple and sausage. There we go. Mary Howard votes for sage. I like it. Okay. Lori. She says, please hit like and subscribe button. Otherwise, you'll get a desert dry piece of turkey. That's a threat. That is, Connie says, it's just a little onions, bread, salt, pepper, chicken broth. Okay, all right, okay. It don't have to be fancy. Okay, I got you. Okay, friends. Let's see. Chime in and let me know how your projects are going, because I, we need to hear how the weaving stuff is going for you. Tell me. I have show and tell for us today because there's still Danish medallions on the big loom. I did a few inches this week, but not enough for it to look different. It looks exactly the same. Oh, Sam says she's deathly allergic to turkey, so I'll step back, pardon me, and let you all fight over it. Are you actually, or do you just not like it? Are you really that allergic? Because that's very unique. I've never heard of someone being allergic. Wow. Carol says, we don't do turkey here. Filet mignon. Turkey is for all year round. Wow. That's a novel idea. Ruth is finishing the 5th honeybee hand towel, and I'm absolutely smitten. Oh, that's a great description. I love that. Very nice. Honeybee towels. Carol says, doing tartans, yes, and still finishing the elder care home placemats and pinwheels. So boring. Wow. That's yeah. I know Carol told us she's like only tartans from now on, which we can appreciate that kind of commitment. Wow. Sam's like, no, seriously, I have an EpiPen for it. Wow, that's amazing. Sam, I've never heard of someone being allergic to turkey. You are one of a kind, girl. That's for sure. We love that. Ernie says, Pepperidge Farm and a crock pot for us. We're having ham for Thanksgiving. Okay, I can see a ham. A little ham action. All right. Liz is weaving with variegated yarn for the first time. Nice. Doing plain weave to show off the color interplacement. I like. That's going to be beautiful, Liz. Wonderful. Carol is anti-turkey. She said triggers massive migraines. Ooh, no, we can't have that. Connie finished her bookmarks and sold 5 of them. Good for you, honey. Making key rings for thank yous for therapy ladies. Aw, I love that. Good job, Connie Peterson. Jennifer Fowler, woohoo! I had an empty rigid head of loom, crocheting a turtle, going to work on the overshot before starting anything else. Congratulations, Jennifer Fowler. We are very happy for you. That is fantastic. Keep on trucking. You're doing great. Gemma finally started blanket number 3. Wow, look at you go, Gemma. That's amazing. Connie's like, Ashley's pillow. I got you. Yep. Let's see. Hello, Amanda. She said her hubby's allergic to bananas. I thought it was rare, but turkey. Yeah, that is rare to be allergic to bananas. That's a life without banana bread seems very sad. Very sad. Let's see. Mary is busy taking her hubby doing a 4-bone prime ribs for Christmas. Yum. Yes. And my invitation is where? Where's my invitation? Oh, Ellen is finishing holiday towels. Have an art fair this weekend. Yes, you do. I hope it goes really, really well. Ellen, that's going to be fantastic. Ellen, she's wrapping up her season, which is amazing. Christy Lofton's also doing variegated towels. I love that. Fantastic. Liz says she's crocheting a turtle. Short story title? Crocheting a turtle. Is that a book? What is that, honey? Wow. Okay, by the way, as we're talking about projects, come over and show us in real life, friends. We have dun, da, 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 we have the online Weavers Guild meeting tonight. Come on over and join us. It's at 7 p.m. Central Time, Chicago time. It typically goes about an hour and a half. Oh, okay. Actually, that's my goal. We have been going a little bit over lately, but we have so much fun. It's hard to get it all wrapped up in 90 minutes. So during the Weavers Guild meetings, everyone gets a chance to do a little show and tell us what's happening in your life. As far as, whatever crafty stuff you got going on, show us your projects. There's a program. Because we're coming to the holiday stuff, we'll talk about who has stuff for sale if you want to buy gifts for each other. The program tonight is all about selling your selling your work, the legal-ish. Yeah, whatever. The legal related things, kind of. It's meant to, if you are thinking about selling your stuff, here are things to consider. That's basically what we're getting at. So come over and join us. It's not too late to join. Just come on over to Patreon and pick the tier where you can access the Online Weavers Guild. And speaking of which, this rolls right into things that are happening right now. Friends, we're at that wonderful gifting time of year. And you deserve nice things too. I know you spend lots of time and energy providing nice things for all of your loved ones, but you also deserve to have a nice little Christmas present. So why not, maybe an annual membership to the Action Creative Insiders. Give yourself the gift of community, or have, one of your sweethearts give you the gift of community. Come on over. There's a 10% discount when you do an entire year of the membership. Pick a tier that you like and come hang with us. Think of all the inspiration you can have and just the bonding moments. Boy, we do a lot of bonding over there. There's nothing like it. It's amazing. But also this week in our little holiday buying guide, we are featuring the gift of support. And that looks like private sessions with moi. If you would like to kind of virtually have me on speed dial, friends, I've got you. We are offering 2 different packages. One is 3 sessions, 30 minutes each. And the other one is 9 sessions. The 9 sessions is meant to take you through the whole year. The 3 sessions you'll use before like the end of March. So you've got basically over 4 months to take advantage and use 3 different sessions, private sessions. So imagine you're stuck. You're like, this doesn't look right. What are we doing? Just go into the calendar, pick a time. I will magically appear on your screen. You can show me your Loom and we can figure it out together where to go next. So this little gift idea is only available through the end of November. So if you are like, I like that idea, just so that, sleep better knowing that I'll be there to help you when you need it. When you call, friends, I'll be there to help you. So chew on those ideas, copy and paste them for your honey to get you for the holidays. That's, yeah. Sadly, we're going to miss Carol tonight at the guild meeting. Dang it. Yes. Mary says, if I can get there before Christmas, I can join us. The 4 prime, are they prime ribs? Is that what it is? Bone-in prime ribs are about 8 pounds. Whew, that's serious. Okay. Amanda asked if anyone else has the dreaded whip pile staring at you while you're trying to bust out Christmas stuff. I need to put horse blinders on to keep on track. Amanda, that is a very good thing to do, is just be like, nope, stay on target, stay on target. You can do it. You can do it. Is whip works in progress? Is that right? Do I remember that correctly? Mm-hmm. Yep. Okay, so here's what I want to do. It would be kind of fun today. By the way, keep telling me about your projects if you haven't already. Wait, where'd it go? I have things here. Don't mind me. Okay, so 20 years. Friends, 20 years ago, I took my first class. And as I was kind of brainstorming for our little party get together today, I was like, okay, what was happening 20 years ago? I'll be honest, I don't really remember what I did last week, let alone 20 years ago. So I had to look it up. Here's what was happening in the world 20 years ago. Are you ready? George W. was our president 20 years ago. A lot has happened since then. YouTube started 20 years ago. How is that for irony? What? YouTube started 20 years ago, and here we are on YouTube talking about it starting 20 years ago. That is some kind of the Matrix kind of, that'll mess with your head right there. Carrie Underwood won American Idol 20 years ago. Isn't that wild? Can you imagine a world that doesn't have Carrie Underwood? That seems like such a household name now. Hurricane Katrina happened 20 years ago. 20 years. The White Sox won the World Series, and hardly anyone is going to care about that little tidbit, except that my nephew was born on the day that the White Sox clinched the World Series, which means Charlie Orthman was born 20 years ago. Crazy! 20 years. 20 years. Tell me in the comments, what do you remember from 20 years ago? If anything, if you don't remember anything, that's totally fine. I don't really either. So tell me, though, if there's something significant that happened 20 years ago. Oh, Tina Harper says Pandora started 20 years ago. Is that the jewelry? Is that what you mean? That Pandora? Oh, that's exciting. Hello, Eileen. Woohoo! How are you, my friend? What? Yeah, thank you. Thank you. Carol caught that. The Star Wars reference. Stay on target. Stay on target. Okay. Ruth says she has 3 twin blankets and 3 kid gloves in the whip pile after the bee towels. Gotcha. Things to finish. I got it. I'm with you. Okay. Anyone else 20 years ago? What you got? Ruth. Oh, sweet Ruth. Says she was 9. I don't remember much besides pretending I was a superhero and hating taking care of my hair. Love that. Oh, sorry. Tina Pandora, online music. Got it. Thank you. Thank you. Got it. Okay. Connie says 20 years ago, I retired from historic Murphy's Landing, a living history museum, and moved down here to Southwest Minnesota. Right? Minnesota? That's amazing. Gemma says she was quilting 20 years ago. I love it. What were you doing 20 years ago, friends? What do you remember much from that time? I'll be honest, I don't. I remember I was in the corporate world at the time, and I had a job that was fine. It was fine. I worked for Discover, the credit card, at their the mothership, the big campus, where everything relates back to, where all the executives are. And the job was fine. It was fine. It wasn't killing my soul, but it wasn't helping either. How's that? How's that for a job description? It wasn't making me feel like the best version of myself, but I also wasn't slowly dying day after day. It wasn't like that, but I was bored. And I had pondered the possibility of going back to school to do an MFA, a Master's in Fine Arts. And when I looked at the programs across the board, I was like, well, I hate working with a paintbrush, pencil. I'm not a clay person, but I've always loved yarn. And when I looked at the programs across the board, I was like, there are some fiber programs in here. That'd be kind of fun. What do they have in common? And they all had a weaving class in common. So I'm like, let me start there. Let me start with a weaving class and see if I like it. And that was it. That was all it took. And it was pretty much the first couple classes. I was like, this is for me. Friends, this is for me. So I tried to find my very first project. It's around here somewhere. It was hidden too well. I couldn't find it. However, I wanted to share with you my second project that I did as a weaver 20 years ago. 20 years ago. Yeah. So I did a blanket. It was out of wool. I had no idea how expensive wool was. So when my teacher told me the cost of the materials, I was like, how much? It's 20 years ago. It was like, I don't know, 150, 160 bucks just for the wool. And I think she measured it out for me. I don't think it was just like cones. I think it was the whole. Anyways, this is my project. This is the second project. I did this is the only project I've ever done in all wool. Ever. This is the only one. And it's probably, I did it on the big, 45-inch wide loom, which was fun. I liked that a lot. And it's probably, it's not 4 feet wide. It's probably, I don't know, somewhere between 36 and 42 probably. And the length of it, it's a lap quilt. It's that kind of, or lap quilt, listen to me, lap blanket. It's that kind of size. And yeah, you can see I was the second project. There's a couple skips in there. There's a couple little, but I still use it. It sits on my bed. I rotate it on the bed in winter to be like just a little extra or something. Anyways, this was project number 2 from way back then. It was yeah. It's the only, isn't that funny? When you start out, it takes you a minute to figure out what you like. It took me a while to find the yarn that I really loved and the style that I liked. And you just don't know. You just don't know until you know how weird and kind of profound is that. You don't know until you know. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So I just wanted to share that for our little 20th 20th anniversary. Mary says 20 years ago we were living full time in our motorhome and were true snowbirds. I love it. Washington in the summer, Arizona in the winter, any place in between we wanted to go. Footloose and fancy free. I love that. Yes, thank you. Yeah, it was a fun little blanket project. My very first one was a scarf, and it was, to see it now, you'd be like, you made that? It's like all these different textures and it's got some sparkle to it. And it takes a minute. It takes a minute to get into your groove to find what you like and don't like, right? It's not, yeah. Carol says, let's just say 2005 for a meteorologist was exhausting. I believe that. Is that what you were doing at the time, honey? Were you a meteorologist? Shirley says, I was living in the beautiful Rogue Valley in Southern Oregon, doing alterations and mending and learning to knit. Favorite date night was dinner, visit bookstore, and then a movie. Fantastic. Ernie says he was on a trip in Canada and heard that Katrina had flooded New Orleans, but info was sparse and it was hard to believe. Yeah, that was crazy. Crazy. Carol says 20 years ago, smack in the middle of yet another military move, juggling a kid in kindergarten, a frazzled a job, and a crazy border collie. Aww. Connie says 20 years ago this month, Norm fell and broke his neck. Oh, Norm. Healed, thank goodness, but it took a very long time. That's scary. Mm-hmm. Yes. Oh, man. Deb said she lost power in 5 minutes. Back now. Woohoo! We missed you. Jennifer says 20 years ago I was 40. Isn't that interesting? I love the variety that we have here in our little group. That is amazing. Okay, friends. Right? You don't know until you know. The Tartan Epiphany. That's what it's going to be from now on, Carol. That's perfect. The Tartan Epiphany. You don't know until you know. That is your public service announcement for today at Live at the Loom. 20 years of weaving. Uh-huh. Christy said she was in Washington State, high school counselor, raising horses and lots of cross-stitch crochet knitting. That's right. Cross-stitch. I love cross-stitch. Mm-hmm. Ruth asked if my first one was a pink scarf. It wasn't actually, but everything else would surprise you. It was like a teal, like blues, but it was, yeah, it wasn't pink. Ruth, that's so funny. Yes. What? Lori Klein says she's in Alaska. Oh my gosh, you guys. That's amazing. Ellen was like, 2005. I don't want to think about it. Okay. Eileen was hunting for her first job as a lawyer. That's exciting. Yep. Sam was at her craft show selling pottery. Look at you guys. I love this little insight into your past lives. That's amazing. Lori says, I deployed to Katrina disaster with Red Cross. Ooh, that was your first one. Oh, that would be rough, Lori. That would be. But you did stuff just recently, didn't you? This year? Was it to North Carolina? Is that where you went? Wow. Deb said 20 years ago, I was busy with 2 boys. I had no idea of weaving anything. Mm-hmm. Yes. I like it. Liz says, Tartan Epiphany, another story title. Uh-huh. Ernie DeVries just became a grandfather for the first time 20 years ago. That's amazing. Ernie, you are not nearly old enough to have all those grandbabies. That's amazing. Jennifer Fowler was doing hair. Wow. I love it. That's so fun. Okay, friends, what else do we have today? Okay. Oh, let's do a little show and tell. I figured we're gonna take a break with the Danish medallions. Maybe when I see you in a couple weeks, then I'll have something interesting with the Danish medallions. That'd be nice, right? That'd be nice. But I did want to share with you that we finished up the ukulele towels. Da, 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 da. Finally, we have finished up the ukulele towels. So this is Dinah to the rescue. Thank you, Dinah. She's our lifesaver. There's so many things that don't happen without Dinah. We love her. So this is about half of the stack. We ended up with 21. We had a little bonus in there, which was awesome. What do we have here? 1, 2, 3, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. We have 10 here. So Dad's either given away or sold 11 of them, which is amazing. So I want to show you a few of these, and we'll talk about some lessons learned after all is said and done. So if you haven't been part of the ukulele towel conversation, basically here's the concept, is that it's a piece of fabric, handwoven fabric in this case, that can be laid over your instrument in the case to kind of protect it, or you can have it out like on your lap or something if you're out, performing, and it becomes something you can, if you're sweaty or whatever, it's just something, just a nice little piece of fabric to have with you, and it's colorful and cheery and all the good things. So Dad plays ukulele in multiple groups. He's very busy with his ukulele life, and we started this idea a couple years ago. So it had been a few years, and he's like, "Hey, I want another batch of towels." So that's where the ukulele towel project has come into play. So here was what we did this time. We made them all narrower. Well, we did it the first time. They were probably maybe 3/4 of an inch wider. And he was like, they really need to be narrow because I don't want to have to like tuck it around the neck of the instrument and all that kind of stuff. So that was part of the deal. But otherwise, there was really no parameters. It didn't have to be certain colors. The size is what we're aiming for. It's about, what do we say? 4.5 by 22 is about the size. I think that's what we ended up with approximately. And we did just a little sweet little label on each one. But because they didn't have to be any certain color or style, I went a little crazy and added all the colors and just kind of played with things. So there's a few that are solid like this, just kind of dumb luck. I didn't plan it that way because basically I handed over the roll to Dinah. I was like, okay, just measure every 22 inches and put in hems, and off she went. So we have ones like that. But we also, by the way, there were 2 different projects because I broke it up because it took a lot of yardage. This was from the first project. And this one was from the second. And I wanted to point out something for you guys. So this one, I changed colors a lot more often. So all of these versions have multiple colors in each of the towels. But to keep myself from getting too bored, I changed the treadling as I went. And friends, it was totally affected when it went through the washer and dryer. Look at this with me. Okay, so basically I would change the treadling. I would do like where I lifted 1 treadle at a time, I would do 2 at a time, and then I would do 3 at a time, and then I would go back, like that kind of thing. But okay, look how it shrunk. Can you see my 2 at a time didn't shrink nearly as much? Well, it's all relative. Didn't shrink as much as the ones that are lifting 1 or lifting 3, like that option. So I have this like crazy little kind of girdle thing. Now, Dinah did a great job she took a steamer. I mean, unless you're a weaver, and I pointed out, you're not going to notice. However, when they first came out of the washer and dryer, it was like, oh, like the edges had this little kind of curve to them. Like, oh yeah, okay, that makes sense. But you can kind of see where it changes. This little kind of rhythm I had going, which is just kind of funny. Yeah, nobody's going to care. Nobody's going to care. There's another one here. This was a fun kind of. I got a little tracking. Oh, you guys, I have a little tracking happening in there. Look at that. That's so fun. I love it when tracking happens. Come on, look at that. Do you guys know tracking? Tracking happens in plain weave, but can you see it? Look at the little diagonals right there. That's so cool. That is so cool. So it happens with plain weave, and there's something about the way the yarns are spun, and I'm sure there's a scientific explanation that's very detailed and exact, but for me, it's just kind of magic. And so when you have fabric that is technically plain weave, but it looks twill-ish because the way the yarns pop up they create these little angles. Look at all that. I didn't even notice that before. That's so fun. Look at the fun tracking. Oh, that's awesome. Anyways, I digress. So I wanted to just share kind of what some of them turned out to be. Boy, you can really see my little 1, 2, 3, the way I just changed the treadling. You can see like the lines don't quite go straight. That's fun though. I just think that the colors, the texture, what's interesting is that the textures from these are much softer than the very first project. This is a little tougher, It had more plain weave in it. This was all twill, so this is a little squishier, a little nicer hand. Not that it matters too much in this application, but that was kind of but yeah, all the colors. We got a little of everything, so you can people can kind of cherry pick which version they like. With this one, a lot. Oh, look, all the colors there. I got a purple, a red, a light green, a white, an orange. Wow, it's like a whole little part of the rainbow right there. A little part of the rainbow. This is yeah, that's kind of a cool variation right there. I like that guy. Very fun. Oh, and this one you can see. This was the neighbor right there in my. You can see this is where she just yeah. See, look at that. Anyways, so I just wanted to share the conclusion of the ukulele towel project. It was a good one. I got to say that was very fun. Thank you for being very patient because you heard about these for a very long time. So, yeah. Oh, Sue Ann, she's like the one with the tracking. That's my favorite. That's so fun. I hadn't noticed that when I looked at it the first time around. Yep. Some of them look a little more waffle weave, right? Isn't that? Carol said, I went a little crazy. That's cute. It's all relative. It's all relative. See, Lori, such a good reminder. Thank you, darling. Many more years of weaving and live at the loom, all of those things. Thank you. Okay, friends, we need to finish up strong here, don't we? By the way, total sidebar, for you guys who ordered calendars, they're going in the mail. That's the word. They're going in the mail this week. So you'll get an email from me giving you a tracking number. But just so you know, if you pre-ordered the calendars back in October, they're going out right now. Okay. Let's refer to what do we have to talk about still? The Handwoven Experience episode for this week was a good one. I pulled together 3 episodes, all about buying a loom, which I'm like, okay, if you are in the market, especially for your first one, after that, you're kind of wise to what to look for and what you want. But if it's your first time buying a loom, friends, it can be crazy overwhelming because you're like, I don't know. What am I looking for? What do I want? So it is a great buying a loom compilation that has all kinds of juicy tidbits of things that can help you when buying a loom, because hopefully 'tis a season for buying looms. That's what I would wish, friends. If you don't have a loom, let's buy a loom. Next, I mentioned this earlier, but it always bears repeating, is that, boy, we have the Online Weavers Guild meeting is coming up tonight. Plus, next Tuesday is study hall, weaving study hall. There's so many cool perks about being in the AC Insiders. So, friends, come join us. Try it out for a month. See if you love it, which hopefully will convince you that you'll love it because it's so much fun. And take it from there. We can't wait. We can't wait to see you and see your projects and all the good things. So good. Also, let me mention our aforementioned, is that the word? Aforementioned tartan is happening because of the Acting Creative Community Facebook group. Thank you to Carol, who seems to be spearheading all that fun weaving goodness over there. It's a great group. We just celebrated 2 years. Crazy. 2 years. And there's good energy over in that Facebook group. That's for sure. If you do Facebook anyways, come on over and join us. You're invited. What else? Let me put that guy right there. Friends, if you aren't getting the weekly emails, why don't you come over and sign up? Or even better, pick up a little free resource. When you pick up a freebie, they add you to the list so that you can get little notes from me every week. That is the plan. So I can make sure you know all the fun stuff that is happening at live at the Loom. Okay, don't forget that our one-on-one, the private sessions, those little packages are only available through the end of November. So if that's something you want to do for the coming year to help invest in yourself and your weaving career, friends, we got you. Be sure to check that out. And no live at the Loom next week. There's no live at the Loom. It's Thanksgiving, and most everybody, the folks in the States, will be having some turkey as you fight over the leg. Think of me. But also, I wanted to say that because we won't have live at the Loom next week, keep an eye out. We have one more week of our fabulous holiday gift buying guide, and next week's idea for a gift is a doozy. It's so good. So keep an eye out for that. Oh, wow. What a session. I know. Oh, Shirley, I love you. May we all be here celebrating in 20 years. Amen, sister. Amen. Connie's like, I'll be here. It's a date. Absolutely. I expect all of you here in 20 years. Yes. Okay, friends. Thank you so much for celebrating with me. 20 years is no small feat, and I have pretty much loved every minute of it, but especially the last 5 years with all of you. That's really, really been special. And it's that unique moment when you feel like you're really living your purpose, right? You feel like you're in the groove, you're right where you're supposed to be. So, and that's all because of you. So thank you. May you have a wonderful 2 weeks. 2 weeks, friends. We meet back up in December. Yes, is that right? Yes, in December. So in the meantime, enjoy time with friends, family, turkey, whatever that looks like. Not for Sam. Sam, have something else. Have some steak. Have something else. No turkey for you, darling. Stay healthy. And we'll meet you right back here in 2 weeks for more Live at the Loom. All right, friends. You know what your homework is. Do something creative in there somewhere. It's going to be busy, but, do something creative just for you. And I'll meet you right back here. In the meantime, happy weaving.